Hey, welcome back all. Wyatt Hertz here with a little more Homefront action from the OnLive game service. Now this time we're playing some Crossroads, and as I've been promising and as I've been delivering, a little more ground control. So it's ground control and battle commander. Looking at my kit, you can see it's the m249, and I have modified this. I have that dirty urban camo on there. I have the hollow scope. Not the hollow scope. I've swapped out the hollow scope for the ACOG, and I've switched out one of my infantry abilities. I got rid of now that's a knife and threw an EMP tactician. So I still have the steady aim and tac reload. And with the EMP tactician, what that allows you to do, after a quick kill here on Erickson, what that allows you to do is do more damage to any vehicles that are EMP'd. So I am carrying the RPG in my purchase slots and the EMP grenade, so I thought that might come in handy. It doesn't actually come into play this round, but it has in other ones. Anyway, my bad here. Unfortunately, couldn't save my teammate. Tried. I went for the knife, and then, I knew he was closing in on my teammate, Christie, there, so had to go to the bullets and a little hip fire, but I do put him down, or her down. I'm not sure, Christy Smecker. Not sure what that name is supposed to, whether it's male or female. But there's Erickson one more time, charging in, looking for a little revenge. The prick that he is. He talks a lot of shit to me, guys. He likes to hate on me for... mostly because I like to fly in the helicopters, and he does get into it with Ash here, who is spamming up on the board, youtube.com/WyattHertzGames. That's money well spent there, money well spent. My chief marketing officer here, Ashik Rai, I don't know, he didn't even play this round. All he did was spam messages, so it was kind of funny. And it was infuriating Erickson that much more. And I will say this to you, Erickson, he likes to call me a heli noob. It's not like I'm indestructible up there, son. If you spend half the time trying to take me out of the skies when I'm up there, spend half the time that you spend bitching trying to take me out of the skies when I'm up there, you might actually put me down a few times and realize that I'm not really that big of a threat up in the skies, But he doesn't bother. He'd rather just bitch about it. Anyway, getting back into the action. Taser trying to get a knife in, closing in with the blade as my teammate crosses the threshold of the bridge, oblivious to the fact that Taser was there. So it was a good thing I was there to save his back, but or to watch his back, save his ass. But Taser right here, putting some great sniper fire my way at long range, and puts me down and gets his revenge. So good on him there. It is, however, my only death this game, as you guys will know if you've seen the title. And however, I don't ride out this flight in the scout for the duration of the round. I end up having to bail after a little EMP blast comes my way. So it is a little bit of action here in the skies, and then a little bit more action on the ground to finish things off, despite the fact that I never get put down again. Right here, you see Peace Pat. We just did claim the central objectives. We have pushed forward. The objectives have switched or shifted kind of into their territory. And Peace Pat, a little bit of a brain fart here. I don't know what he was thinking. I think he was actually trying to drive to the new set of objectives in his tank and just ended up driving the wrong way, And then right here, maybe he was just trying to lure me out of the battlefield. Maybe he was coming in here to refuel. I don't know. He makes 2 passes at the gas station. You can see one of his teammates actually bailed out of the tank. I think perhaps Pat was trying to make the second run into the gas station so that he didn't just abandon him there. But anyway, Pat, now, unfortunately, sir, now that you've drifted way out here in the backfield, and now that we're way, so far away from the rest of the battle that's playing out, he really is at a big disadvantage, With a tank without a gunner, when a tank without a gunner is going up against a scout, the scout has a massive advantage, especially when there's no one else to put any fire my way, So it's really just a matter of time. He gets himself tangled up here, tied up in some steel and up on the barricades, and just as he gets himself straightened out back on the road, finally all that work, that effort, that chipping away at him does pay off, and I put him to rest, put that little tank to rest, and then finally do make my way back into where the battle is actually playing out. Nice little kill on Erickson as he comes charging out of the spawn. Taser looking to put a little fire my way. It looked like an RPG. Put him down, work the spawn a little bit. Not, you know what? It happens in these matches, especially when I'm taking fire from him. I have to go in and deal with it. And Pat, with his looking just enraged by what had gone down with the tank, coming in a Humvee. That was probably almost the last of his VP. So he's kind of forced now to probably go to an LMG and put some fire up on not just my bird, but also, if you've noticed, Shirakistan's up there as well, doing what he does, and he's a great pilot in his own right. I can't take anything away from him, and you'll see it kind of showcased here. Some great work. I try and fall into some nice lines with him, But at the same time, I don't want to just kind of hover over their spawn the entire time, you know. But looking at this, I don't understand what's going on here. We're only holding C. We're strong. Between Shirakistan and myself, we're kind of keeping them contained to their spawn. Looking at the other objectives, our team hasn't even bothered to go after it, despite the fact that there's a friendly teammate sitting right on top of A. He hasn't bothered to even go after the objective. So this end of the objectives does get dragged out a little bit. This round gets dragged out a little bit because of this fact. But I just keep working that spawn hill one more time, and out of kind of courtesy, you know, showing a little mercy, drifting back a little bit, pulling back, give them a chance to push up. You know, that's the sense of fair play that I have, you know. Although I do kind of come in and spawn, they're really just not making a great enough effort to actually push out of there, or they just can't get out with the kind of, can't get through our front lines, you know. I'm not sure what's going on. Shirakistan, however, pretty relentless. He's sticking to the skies over here. I did get into a nice pattern with him. I did see the fire coming our way. I targeted the wrong guy, however, in Dark Sliders. It is actually Pat who's behind that little camper there with an LMG putting some fire up at the birds, and with that little EMP burst that came my way at that altitude, I was forced to bail. It was a nice ejection. I landed in behind the fence for a little bit of cover, managed to take out Peace Pat in the process, and then stepped around for a nice blade there on Dark Sliders. But look, you can see them. They're spawning right up here on this hill. I see my team rushing in there strong. I'm not sure what's going on. I call for the retreat. You know, the team, you know, we shouldn't be rushing up there like that, but secondly, you know, I know the enemy's going to have spawn shields since they just spawned, so I was trying to get the team to back up. Obviously, both of them fell up there in time. And I just pushed back to C. You know, it's time to fall back a little bit, hold the objective, get a couple nice knife kills in here, one on Christy, another one, a second one on Andre. A little heart-pounding action plays out in the process. I was a little weakened there, and it won't be the last of it. Take a few nasty shots to from my 9 o'clock there, and it looks like, I'm not sure who it was, but one of my teammates completely saving my ass there, keeping this little streak running. Another kill on Andre, just as he's pushing up out of the spawn, crossing the street, charging down the road. You can see the rounds coming to an end here. We're now holding all 3 objectives strong. There's I'm here, baby. I know, baby. I know you're there. That's why I gunned you down. And then a nice little long-range, patient kind of fire here on Mike, who seems to take way too many bullets for the power of this gun, you know, but eventually put down the sniper up on the hill. And coming up here, lots of enemies to see, you know, popping into my line of sight, lots of enemies to kill, but just no time to finish them off, no time to do any work on them as the round comes to a close. So we were victorious there, really did shut out the enemy. We won both rounds and dominated the game. So, and some great numbers there for me, a 24-1. Can't complain about that. Looking at some other guys here, Shirakistan with a 19-3, great round for him, great flying by him. Gigix there with a 12-4. I cannot read the black name. If anybody can see it and wants to post up the number and the name, by all means, if it's worthy of doing so, go right ahead. Taser on the other side, 13-9, and Peace Pat. And Taser, should mention, he was the one that got that one kill on me. It was a revenge kill. It was some long-range sniping, so good on him there. Peace Pat, 8-8, not great. He had some real problems dealing with me there. There was that that epic tank on scout battle that I think just broke the man's spirit, you know what I'm saying? And that's about it over there. But where's Erickson? Oh, Erickson, nice numbers there, son. Nice numbers. 4-11. Good job, sir. Good job. And Ash down at the bottom, you can see him with an 0-5. Had spent the entire game just going to town with his keyboard, just typing in messages and verbally attacking or just verbally arguing with Erickson, who was, you know, attacking me and had actually been attacking Ash as well in other matches. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the vid. And if you did, please do leave a like, a comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And until next time, remember Wyatt Hertz. Later, all.